Bam, and we are back, episode number 11. So, back in action. First time we got a guest on. Finally. Mr. Drew over here. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. We were, like we talked about last time, planning on have Mom on, but got a little sick when coming down here, so now I'm excited. You are prepping for a run, are you not?
I am, yeah. Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah. So I want to talk about why the hell are you running, dude? I hate running.
Dude,
I can't remember the last time I ran, to be honest with you, other than baseball, which was probably 4 years ago. So,
dude, I get it. I've always hated running. Like, I started whenever I played sports when I was younger. I'd pick the sports where I didn't have to run as much.
Yep.
I played quarterback, so I didn't have to run.
Yep.
I played baseball, so you know what I'm saying?
Me and you
like,
both.
I used to hate running. Like, I did track for a year, didn't like it, never did cross country. But after I got out, I mean, you find a new love for it whenever it's not like something that like you're told to do.
Is it kind of like the runner's high too? I've heard that before. Where like, yeah.
You definitely get a runner's high.
Yeah. And what's that like? Is it like a good feeling, or is it like the feeling that you know when you're suffering and not very many people are doing that? Is that what makes it the runner's high, or? Almost,
yeah. It's like a feeling of like an accomplishment that you get like after you're done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's pretty sweet.
It's different from
anything else. I never felt that before. I guess I felt it once. I ran like 8 miles one day, and that was the last time I ever did that.
It's like a euphoric feeling almost.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like after you get like a certain amount of miles in, like 4 or 5, like you just feel euphoric. Mm-hmm. And you just feel
that's
good.
When you feel it? Dude, I ran 4 miles once and just hated everything.
Dude, I remember whenever you started running with me and Cam.
Yeah, dude, and then I broke my toe, so I was out.
Yeah, I was there for that. It was hilarious. Do you know the story? Did you ever tell them how you broke your toe?
Yeah, I dropped the plate on it. Yeah,
hilarious.
Hey, I think it's a sign from God that I'm not supposed to run. Honestly,
it has to be.
That bump in the road? No, it's a sign from God. I'm not supposed to be running. So that's fucking hilarious. So, question, like, why 100 miles? Like, why not just a marathon, which is what 25 miles is?
26
miles. Yeah, so because this is your training for your second 100-mile run.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I watched our owner, like the owner of Stacked. I watched him do an Ironman, and it was kind of like just being there and experiencing something like that fucking cool, like
and kind of rare too. I mean, not very many people is doing Ironmans.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just the environment of something like that. And to be honest with you, like I probably would have rather done an Ironman if I could have, but. You gotta drop a bag to like you gotta get a bike, you gotta get a suit, like different stuff like that. So I was like, what's the next craziest thing I could do? 100 miles. Yeah. And I had only done a half marathon before I signed up.
Sure, really?
Miles. Yeah.
Really? Because the Ironman is that swimming, biking, and running, correct?
Yeah. So it's a 4-mile swim, a 140-mile bike, and a marathon afterwards.
So 26 miles of running.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that. That's crazy.
Dude,
that's crazy.
And Ironman's a different world. Like, completely different from 100-mile races. 100%.
Yeah, because you can't really just be a runner. You got to be like a triathlete at the bare minimum.
You got to be good at everything.
Yeah,
that's why I think it's harder. I mean, like, the running side of running 100 miles is obviously hard, but you got to be good at swimming, biking, and running. It's completely different.
That's crazy. So, like, with training on running 100 miles, like, what's the, like, training up to race day? What's the highest mileage you'll be running up until that point?
You'd be surprised. Like, training for a 100-mile race really isn't, like, crazy different from training for a marathon.
Yeah.
I run the same amount of miles as my brother that is training for a marathon.
Okay.
So, the most I'd gotten up to the first time that I trained for one was 60.
60 miles.
Yeah, this time will probably be about the same. This next week will be my peak week. 2 weeks out, like.
And then this is where you'll be running 60 miles then sometime this week. Mm-hmm. And how long will that take you?
Not 60 miles at once.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the whole week.
The whole
60.
week, yeah.
The
first time I trained for it, I did the biggest run I had done was a 40-mile run.
Okay.
That took me like 9.5 hours.
At once, right?
Yeah,
In one
at
block.
once. Yeah. This
Okay.
time, the most I had done, I think, is 18.
That's crazy.
Gotcha.
That's great. So is it basically just like the mindset, like I've already ran 30 miles, I can do like the last 70 needed to complete the race, or is it pacing
Yeah,
yourself?
You're physically prepared to run 100 miles with that type of training. It's literally just all mental at that point.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
That's some David Goggins shit right there.
Yeah.
Dude, David Goggins got me through my first 100.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
That dude's a tank, dude. That dude's like, I remember hearing the story when he ran his first 100 miles around like that track or something like that.
That's
I'm sure.
Literally, that's the podcast I
Is it?
listened to
Yeah,
while
yeah,
I was running
yeah.
my 100.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, because he hadn't ran like at all.
No, like
before
ever.
Before his
Yeah.
first 100.
Yeah,
it was
like
insane.
ever.
He did like, I think it was incline on the treadmill,
Yep.
and then he went
Yep.
out there, and he even said like at the end, which this is crazy to comprehend if like you've ever ran in your
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
The last like 40 miles, he kept like an 8:30 pace the whole time.
Yep.
Which is, dude, I
Yep.
couldn't do an
That's
8:30
insane.
pace when I first started running.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I can't even run a mile that fast.
Yeah.
To begin
Much
with.
less go 40 miles.
Yeah,
dude. What?
that's crazy.
crazy.
Because I think he was trying to, he had to like complete a 100-mile race in a certain time period to get into
Yeah.
like this like
Bad water.
desert. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And like mile 70, he on the normal 100-mile race around the track, he had to like sit down and thought he was done, and then got up and just pushed through. The last 30 or 40, whatever it was. It's crazy.
That's a different mentality too. Like, there's a difference between running 100 miles and
Mhm.
then running 100 miles like as fast as you can,
Right. Yeah.
and
yeah.
then doing what he did.
Yeah. That's crazy. And how long does a 100-mile run like that normally take?
Took me 32.5 hours the first time.
That's crazy.
I'm going for sub 24 this time.
Sub 24.
So you're trying to cut over 10 hours of running,
Right
is that
at-
right? Yeah.
Right around.
Yeah, 10
8
hours.
to 10 hours.
How are you feeling from last one to this one, knowing what it's like what it takes, basically the baseline, what it takes to complete it? How are you feeling?
I think I was more scared for the first one, just not having ran like
And
that much.
and
then,
pacing and
run-
stuff like that.
Yeah, and then running 100 miles. This time, I have no doubt that I can finish 100 miles.
Right. Right.
It's just like pushing myself this time.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Because it's also not what you think. Like, you can go out and walk 100 miles. Like,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I probably walked like 40% of my first 100.
Is it
So
okay? Okay.
This time is going to be more like,
Minimizing the walking time.
yep, and
Yeah.
minimizing like the time I'm at the aid stations, because I think I had 14 aid stations.
Okay. And what's an aid station with running? Is it like a break?
Yeah, so
Pit stop?
it's about every 6 to 8 miles. I think the longest in between that I had in the first one was like 12 miles. But
Okay.
you stop. They have food at aid stations, so you can eat, refill like my little drinks in the front with like
Yep.
electrolytes,
Yep.
and I get
Yep.
Go Gels food.
Yeah. And what kind of food are you eating? Like protein bars or like energy bars or like quick carbs, easy digesting
Dude,
carbs?
yeah, ultra runners eat anything. Like you could eat a pizza at an aid station
Damn.
and get by. But
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
I ate like quesadillas, ramen noodles. I ate some candy.
yeah.
Like,
High carbs.
yeah,
High energy.
you're just like
Quick
you're literally
sugars and stuff.
you're just trying to get
Yeah.
energy.
You're so
Damn.
depleted at that point.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What if you gotta take a shit though when you're running?
Dude, so that was
What's
the
that
thing,
like?
bro. Like, I was running the whole time. I got 60 miles in, and like that's when it had first hit me.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I was eating so much food throughout the day, I think my body was just getting rid of it.
Yeah, using it all at
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
And
That's
then
crazy.
at 60 miles, it fucking hit me, and I was like 4 miles away from the aid station.
Oh.
And Matt Short, the one that did the Ironman, he was pacing me at the time. And
Was he running with you or
Yeah.
no? Okay. Okay.
He was pacing me.
That's crazy.
It was around mile 60, and it was like starting to get like daytime again.
Yep.
And
yep.
he was like, "Yo, you want to like start running?" And like that's when it had hit me. So I was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah,
And, like
yeah.
I was beat, bro. But like,
Yeah.
I knew I had to make it to the aid station. I didn't shit my pants.
That's crazy. So that guy literally was running with you just to help pace you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, I think that's what's also cool about like 100-mile races is like the community and like
Right,
the
yeah.
people. Like
Yeah.
you really get to see like the people that are like actually there for you, because like it's not like
Right.
I couldn't have finished the 100 miles if I didn't have like the people that were there.
Oh,
with
for
me.
sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're there taking care of me, like everything I need. My brother was cleaning my feet, changing my socks, changing my shoes,
That's crazy.
getting me all the food I need. Yeah.
Like for, let's say your brother, I'm assuming he wasn't pacing with you. So like, does he just go hop up to the next aid station and wait for you?
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing. So he's up with you the whole time too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Even like I'm making that commitment myself, but I'm also like,
there's a team. Like you can't let down the team, right? Yeah.
they're making that commitment too, because they got to stay up for just as long as I'm staying up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they got to bounce around from aid station to aid station. And I know that it's stressful for them too. It was their first time doing it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
There's a lot. What was like the worst part of it?
Like the lowest point that I had.
Yeah. What was your lowest point?
Mile 90 to 100 was
Really?
the worst. Yeah, dude. Surprisingly, I thought before I would have ran my first 100 that like mile 90 through 100 would be like hoorah, like I'm done.
Right. Like I got like finally from 10 to 0 is what I'm working with.
Yeah, at that point I was so exhausted and like beat down. Like my legs were like, it felt like someone was like stabbing my legs the whole time.
Damn.
I had a blister. I don't know if I showed you the picture of like the blister on my foot.
Yeah, I think you did.
It was like half the size of my foot.
Really?
Which I didn't know I had it. I just thought I thought like I lost a toenail and like my toenail was like under my foot.
Is that like a known thing to happen sometimes?
If you don't take care of your feet good enough, and that's one of the lessons I learned from the first 100.
Yep.
But yeah, 90 through 100, I was just so beat down and like my legs were messed up. The blister on my foot was hurting. It felt like someone was stabbing my foot.
That's crazy.
And just so tired at that point that like I thought I was almost done, but it was taking forever because I was walking the whole time at that point. So like
so it's like dragging it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it took like 4 hours to go like 8 miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I felt like dude, I felt like it wouldn't end.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and then is there like like what shoe brand is recommended, or like what's the best shoe brand for running that type of distance, or do you change up shoes when you run?
So ideally, I probably would have, if I could go back and do it again, which I'm about to. I'd use like 3 or 4 different pairs of shoes. I used 2 the first time, and I use Ultras. They're like wide toe box.
Yeah.
And they're trail shoes, so they have like traction on the bottom.
Yeah, so you don't roll your ankles and stuff. Yeah.
I think the wide toe box is the reason why I got the blisters.
Okay.
Because I think my foot was moving around too much in the shoe. But
So the next 3-4 pairs of shoes, are they not a wide toe box then, or?
yeah, I'm gonna use Hoka's.
Hoka's?
I've had a lot of good reviews from Hoka's from
Yeah.
people that have
Are
run
you
trails,
training in
but
those?
No.
No.
From what I heard, the last dude I talked to said he just put them on right before the race and
just
was going
fucking
after
send
it.
it.
Yeah.
I got you.
No breaking in the
Yeah.
shoe, breaking in while you're running.
Yeah.
You got 100
That's
miles to do it.
Yeah,
so-
I mean you got time to break
Exactly,
in.
that's
That's
what I'm saying.
crazy. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, there ain't. I wouldn't say there ain't no way I'd ever run 100 miles, but I don't know what it'd take for me to have to run 100 miles. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
they'd have to
crazy.
see the
Something
end of the
crazy's
world.
going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's is there like a reason behind doing it other than like no one really else does it, or it's it's not a common thing to hear people doing that. And, you got those people that put their bumper stickers of like 26 miles or 34 miles they ran, but like is there a reason?
I mean, I think it's like a characteristic trait,
Yeah.
like that type of thing. Like whenever
Yeah.
you do something, like you do it like all the way.
Well, it's a part of you
Like,
now, right?
Yeah, you're like, I consider it like an extreme person. Like
No, yeah, I'd agree.
I lived in Illinois. I managed 2 stores. I opened up this store.
Yep.
So I moved to Bowling Green. Didn't know anybody.
Yep.
Started like
Starting fresh.
partially my own business. Like that's extreme. And then whenever I signed up for a race, I wanted to sign up for the craziest race possible.
Yep.
Like everything me and my brother do is pretty extreme. So
And how does that work for like your appreciating your day to day? Does that make you more appreciative of like your day to day, knowing like the amount of suffrage that you went through, or self-induced suffering that you go through,
yeah, definitely. I think it puts everything in perspective.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like the little things that you deal with day to day. Like really aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, it makes you realize like
It's
how
not
much
that
everything
bad
else-
at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're not actually that tired at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, like I did have like a big like confidence boost like in myself after the race for like 2 weeks. But whenever that wears off and like you don't really like I'm not training for another 100-mile race or
Right,
like I'm not doing
right.
anything, it kind of
Eats
dies
at you.
down.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, then you probably start like what we talked about last couple episodes, like the time between you think of something and you do with something, whatever it is, like you have negative thoughts trying to stop you. I'm sure that's probably after the high of doing it goes away, you start kind of doubting yourself again. That's probably why we start training.
That's why 100-mile races are addicting.
Yeah.
That's why everyone that gets into it just keeps doing it.
Yeah. Now, would you try to go and do an Ironman again? Like, is that like an end goal for wanting like do an Ironman one day, or is it?
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I get the resources that I need, that's the plan.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, training for that's got to be crazy too. Do you just train in a pool for the swimming side of that, or do you go and find a lake?
Either one.
Yeah.
If it's warm enough and you can find a lake and like you have like an open body of water
Yeah,
that you can
yeah.
just go out and swim in.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I see a lot of people just training in pools.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll find like a gym. Is there a gym around
Was
here?
it TSC?
Oh,
No, TFC. I'm sorry. Didn't TFC, the new one that got built from the tornado, have a pool in it?
I think it does.
I think
I've heard
I know
people
there's
talk
like
about
one
it.
or two here.
Yeah, not the Three Springs is the old one. I don't think has it, but the new one, probably out by Bowling Green, wherever the tornado hit out there. I think is where
Yeah.
that'd be pretty. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I feel like what in the Ironman is the biking. You think the easier part? I mean, 140 miles ain't no slouch of a job to do, anyways. But
Personally, like I have no say. I've never I've never swam like that. I've never biked.
Yeah.
From what I hear, like the swim is not the hardest, but it's the hardest mentally, because like you're starting the race, like you know how much like you have to go. And then I hear that like you get halfway in and like the swim ends up being like the easiest part.
Is that the first thing you do, the swim? Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of like build it up in your mind to be like super hard.
Yep.
And then I hear the run is probably the hardest, like,
which is the
physical
last.
part. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because you beat the crap out of your legs the whole time while you're riding the bike, and then you get off
up and down hills and because it's not like an even terrain of running or biking. It's up and down.
Exactly.
Yeah, through mountains and shit like that. Yeah, that's pretty.
I can definitely see the running be the hardest part, because like you can't coast like on the bike, and then like in the water you're floating, so you can just take a little break every once in a while if you have to.
That's what they'll do. They'll like backstroke whenever they need a
Try
break.
to relax. Yeah. I'd almost think whatever's last is probably gonna be the hardest. Probably why they
100%.
put running last. You think? Yeah.
And that's a full marathon.
Yeah, like a marathon's like a milestone in someone's life, and then by the way, you're gonna do this at the end, right? Like,
Yeah, bro,
that's
like,
pretty
End
crazy.
off there.
Yeah.
And actually, the dude that I watched, or I guess like in the Ironman, the dude that got first place ran. I believe he ran the fastest marathon, like in an Ironman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
In that race,
That's
and it was
crazy.
insane. He held like a 6-minute pace or something like that.
Dude,
6 minutes for
dude was insane.
26.2 miles.
This dude was insane.
that's
crazy.
wild. That's wild. Do you want to cut this off real quick? We'll be right
Yeah.
back.
All right.
Take 5.
Literally.
You know what could be worse though? Trying to film a movie and having shit like this happen.
Yeah.
With like
It's $1 million budget. Or
like The
$50
Rock
million.
on set, and he has a limited schedule to make a movie, and
He's like,
That would not be ideal.
no. I mean, we're just in a room fucking around, but still. Is this segment 2, part 4?
Part 4 of the segment 2, yeah.
Yeah, we're having malfunctions today. The camera worked great for the first segment. We've talked 2 segments after that about pretty much everything, and then
A partial third.
shitting on the camera, and then sure enough we went and checked the camera and it's still not working.
Yeah, I wish we had a light or something that was like blinking so we know it was recording. But
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. It's literally never happened. It's just
Bad luck, man.
Yeah, episode 11.
It's not even 13 or anything like that. It's all part of it, though.
Go play the Powerball or something.
Do you want to check it?
Yeah,
I almost feel like don't even talk about anything yet because this is.
Yeah, we don't want to get too deep and then just end it.
Yeah. This is the real side of podcast.
It's recording.
It's recording?
No way.
Where, dude, fuck this whole thing.
Yeah, we just messed with the SD card and changed out the battery, so hopefully that fixes everything.
My only guess is that the SD card was like halfway locked and it was messing up the connection between the SD card and non.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense because we did record the first segment. Yeah. It's in the camera. It's in the SD
and we didn't pull the SD card at all during that time.
No. So
I don't know. We're going to check it again after.
Another 5 minutes or so just to make sure.
Action.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can get back into our regular scheduling podcast. So that's pretty cool.
We're going to have a lot of audio this time. Audio mix has been great. It's been recording. I know it's all part of it, though.
Yeah, I guess we can get back into the meat of the podcast. We've already talked about so much, too, which is unfortunate.
Talked about you moving down here from Illinois to Kentucky, starting business here. Like you guys said, didn't really know why you picked Bowling Green. Just it's a growing town for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you guys been here 1 year yet? Right? No.
In May.
May.
Mm-hmm.
May
4th.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you. Is that right?
Yep.
Is that the Star Wars? Do you watch Star Wars? I'm not a Star Wars guy.
I'm not a Star Wars guy, no.
May the 4th be with you. I think that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool, though.
That's what people were telling us, that we should have done like a Star Wars theme.
Well, you do it this year.
Opening.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. Are you guys going to do anything to celebrate the 1 year anniversary?
We do block parties sometime. This year we probably won't.
Yeah.
But next year potentially.
Yeah. And what's a block party?
So we had one, actually, I believe it was the weekend after my opening.
Mm-hmm.
We had it Saturday and Sunday at our other two stores. Or it's our two biggest stores.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, like, almost the same thing as opening day. We get out all of our vendors. So all the brands that we carry, like First Form, will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Axe and Sledge, Astro Flav, NutriBio. All of our big brands bring out their people. And they give out, like, a bunch of free samples.
That's pretty cool.
And we
especially the athletes and stuff.
Yeah, like I know at the other block parties they had like bouncy houses for the kids and stuff like that, but they just set up outside and it's like a big party.
Yeah, it's sweet.
People just hang out, talk.
Have you met, was it Seth Froese? Is that how you say his last name?
Seth Froese?
Yeah, have you met him before?
I have not.
No, he'd be a pretty cool guy.
That'd
to
be
meet.
awesome, yeah.
I think he was in Bowling Green or Nashville here, was it 6 months ago or something like that? He'd be a pretty cool guy, which he's like the face of Axe and Sledge, isn't he?
Yeah, owner.
Is he the owner?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. Companies like that is like I like how he runs his company. He's pretty hard nosed, but it's a good ran company. What do you think about their supplements? Good supplements?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, their protein flavors are great. Hydraulic, they're non-stimulant.
Mm-hmm.
Their pre-workout I think is all right.
Their clothing's good. They got a good clothing line.
Their clothing is dope.
Yeah.
I like what they stand for. They help a lot of like military people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know even Jeremy said that.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
he
followed. He's the one who got me on Axe and Sledge stuff. He followed them a long time ago.
Yeah, he said that they had sent like a bunch of like protein, creatine, pre-workout to like wherever they were stationed at. I guess,
really?
Overseas.
Wow,
That's awesome.
that's legit.
I didn't know
They take care of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's legit. And then Jocko Willink stuff, his protein's phenomenal.
Yeah,
That's my favorite protein.
Yeah, the Mulk or whatever they call it. That's
Dude, speaking of Jeremy, this guy.
he just sent me. He sent you a
Yeah.
yeah. We got the same video. That's funny.
This guy just caught him.
Caught him lacking. But yeah, no, Jocko Willink stuff. His stuff's legit. Which he's ex Navy SEAL too. He's part of Origin, isn't he? the clothing brand and boot brand. I think it's what it's called, Origin. But he does a lot of U.S. based product. He makes most of the stuff in the U.S. How does that stuff sell? Because his stuff's pretty new to the shelves.
Yeah, Jocko sells like crazy.
Yeah.
The protein does.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing really.
Yeah.
I know he has other supplements. We don't carry much. We carry his electrolytes.
And his drinks too. His energy drinks they're like
The
all
Ghost.
natural stuff. Yeah, but they're very bitter tasting.
They are.
Some of them are.
You can tell they're clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunate why it, like Ghost and stuff. They make very good flavorful stuff, but I mean, you got to imagine it's probably not all clean.
What's that come with?
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of shitty that it doesn't taste as good because it's clean for you. Yeah, that's part of the issue with the world anymore.
The kicker.
Yeah, but it's good. And what we talked about the economy and stuff. Do you get affected pretty heavily when the economy is not running as good with the supplement side of stuff for sales, or because you guys don't do much with like food, like prepping meals, like fuel nutrition and stuff. It's more like protein bars and supplements and pre-workouts and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think when the economy's struggling, we definitely.
Yeah, it's
feel
unfortunate.
that.
Yeah, like people in America put their health kind of second when the economy is struggling. I guess I get it because it's terribly a little bit more expensive to try to put your health first. It's just unfortunate that because money is hard that you have to put your health second.
Yeah, and kind of like what we tried to talk about earlier on the second.
I don't know what segment.
Yeah.
Yesterday ago or something.
Online shopping. It goes back to online shopping.
Yeah.
When you have like, and this doesn't really have to do with like how the economy's doing, but like in terms of like affecting like a supplement retail location, like you have a TikTok shop where people can go online and they can order their stuff. Like they can order the same thing, like Rise Protein or Rise Energy drinks for $12, $15, and we can't do that. We wouldn't make it
Exactly. Yeah. Which, like you're talking about First Form, that they don't discount their stuff. They believe in their product, which I think that's pretty. I mean, that's a good standard to have, and that's a good believing in your company and what it's made for and what it stands for too.
Yeah. And they're also one of those companies too that like you won't find in a vitamin shop or GNC.
They're selective with who they partner with. It's not just anybody.
You're gonna find First Form most of the time in like your hometown supplement stores.
Right, you're more personable.
Your locally owned supplement stores, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, one, it helps a smaller store grow or keeps them going, and two, it just they probably build that personal connection with the store versus just trying to sell to the masses, which is once again a good standard to have that most companies don't run with. I think a lot of people and companies try to do like the Planet Fitness thing where they try to sell stuff as cheap as possible to as many people as possible, and not really worried about a return off the product.
Yep.
But yeah, that's.
I think it goes back to with First Form too. Andy Frisella. Do you guys know much about Andy?
No, I've heard of him, but I don't know. Is he the owner? You said, or
he's the owner of First Form, but it goes back to whenever he first started in business. He opened up his own supplement store. That was his first thing he ever did.
Yep.
And he talks about it all the time. He started in 19-something. It was like 90-something.
So he's been putting work in for a while then.
A long time.
Yeah.
He started with the supplement store. He talks about how he'd sleep in the supplement store.
Yep.
He started it with his friend, and it took them, I think, until 2008 to where like they actually like did something like with the company.
Yep.
It's called Supplement Superstores, by the way.
Okay.
But I think it goes back to that and the reason why they do what they do for locally owned businesses.
Yep. It eventually paid off.
Yeah, and then he knows like where those type of people come from.
Right, and because like even you go to Kroger, and they have every type of energy drink, but First Form is never in a Kroger or I don't think a Walmart or anything like that. Which is that makes sense. Kind of like Alex Hermones, and he slept in his gym and stuff like that when he was starting his company. Or
Alex Ramone's the guy.
yeah, he's goated. Or freaking even Elon Musk and stuff like that would sleep in where they're working at, but that's where their whole life is invested on. You you look at these people that become uber successful in that line of work, whatever they're doing. Usually, you got to be a little off balanced, and like sometimes that's what it takes.
To be completely invested.
Yeah, and if you're sleeping at the same place that you're working at, that's investment to say the least.
Yeah.
But do you want to just run this last 8 minutes and
Hope
you
that
wanna
it,
Just
hope
hope
that
it's
it
recording, or I can go check it real quick.
I mean, it ain't gonna really change anything.
He's right.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes
I'm
me
gonna go
nervous.
check it.
You're gonna go check it.
Yeah, I can't, dude.
It's like on Christmas morning, like you get to open one the day before. You're gonna do it. Yeah. Come on.
It's recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Now I'm upset because we have 40 minutes of stuff that
We might film a third segment. Let's go.
that's crazy. This is still number 2.
Yeah, this is number 2.
Yeah.
2 of like the 4 that we usually do.
I don't know if we'll ever be able to use this camera again without worrying about that. It's gonna take a little bit.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
PTSD.
Trust issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how trust issues start right here. Yeah. I don't even know if I get comfortable anymore. That's crazy. You think you're gonna keep on running like with the supplement stuff for like a career, like rest of your life type career? Like, do you enjoy it that much, or do you have other ambitions or plans that?
I love supplement stores.
Yeah.
I don't see myself being in store for
Yeah.
the rest of my life.
Right.
obviously. I don't know if the rest of my life looks like owning multiple supplement stores
Mhm.
and just running them,
Yep.
or eventually like having someone run them for me.
Yep.
Ultimately, the goal would be to open up multiple supplement stores, have someone run the company,
Yep.
and then I can not like step away, but I can kind of look over
Be
it,
more mobile,
and I can
Yeah.
invest my money into other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
'cause-
like what I'm sure you're doing for the owner,
Yeah,
or the GM or that's running everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I have big goals in my life,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just one step at a time right now, huh?
you said what?
Just one step at a time.
Yep,
Just day
100%.
by day.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gotta be.
That's pretty cool.
That's the only thing, like with setting goals and especially big ambitions and goals that it typically takes longer than what you expect it to take.
oh yeah,
Like, you'll have this plan, and like we've talked about several times with motivation. I'm sure it's probably like running too when you first start at that 100 miles. Like, motivation's there for like the first 5%. And then after that, it's just all discipline after that. It's not, most of the time, it's not fun.
no.
Like, especially if you're doing running or even like the day-to-day business or just working, a lot of times it isn't fun. But also, if it, was the funnest thing ever every day, it probably wouldn't be as rewarding when you do get to whatever you're trying to achieve too,
Yeah, and everyone would do it, and everyone would be successful at it.
Yeah. And I think a part of every goal is going through the hardships to get there,
Makes it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean that's definitely business for sure. It's definitely easy to talk about it too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah, it's a lot easier to talk about than do it, ain't
it's
it?
a whole different story
Yeah, it's
whenever
a
you actually
whole different ball game.
whenever you move to a different town and you open the store, and then it's like, all right, now go play.
Yeah. Now, was this the first one that you basically did on your own then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Well-
completely on my own, but yeah, kind of.
Right. Yeah. For like the majority side of it on your own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you picked a good time to do it in though. I think you guys are the numbers looking good, everything like that. I mean, you seem to be from the outside looking in, seem to be doing really good.
Yeah, we've played. We played a lot of cards. Some things have worked, some things haven't. Obviously, that's how business goes.
Yeah. A lot of it's
Yeah.
always learning, getting better.
There's a lot of things that we would do different next time if we opened up one.
And what are those some sort of things like that?
I I wouldn't do it by myself. I'd have,
Yep.
which I didn't do it by myself. I keep saying that. Like my brother did all the back end stuff, but I'm saying like in
Feet
the
on the
town,
ground. Yeah.
feet on the ground,
Yep.
yeah, boots on ground. We'd have more people, boots on ground.
Yep.
So the issue that I ran into was like being in the store from 10 to 8 every single day didn't allow me to get out in the community and talk to people like that.
Because like you come by work that one day
Yeah.
and gave out like discount cards and stuff like that, and energy drinks and stuff like that, which is cool.
Right. So things like that
Yep.
where I was stuck in the store all day. I couldn't go do things like that and like connect with people in the community.
Yep.
I could only do that the month leading up. And then whenever it was time to work, like I had to work 7 days a week. So it's a lot harder to get out in the community. So we'd have an extra person. So someone can be out in the community, someone can work the store, and it goes faster that way.
Yeah, and how was the grand opening?
The grand opening
that
was
turned
great.
out. I was working whenever that started. Was that turned out
Yeah.
good? Yeah, yeah.
It's nerve-wracking for sure, like leading up to it,
Oh, I
like
believe it.
not knowing if like the work that you put in the month
It's
before,
gonna turn out.
especially whenever you've never done it before.
Right, right.
Like,
It's pretty much like,
Yeah.
hold on, we're gonna figure this out one day at a time.
yeah, night before I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like is anyone even gonna show up tomorrow? But
It turned out really good though.
it was great. Yeah, I mean we had people like waiting outside. We had a line from the counter to the door
Yep,
whenever we first opened.
yep. That's cool.
I remember seeing like 30 people in the store, and I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah,
it worked.
yeah, yeah.
Like, this shit's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
cool. Like Bowling Green's like, it's a okay sized town, but it's like a small town feel, especially with like the gym community or like the athletic community. Like everybody, kind of knows each other. You know, from especially being going to the gym for a little while, you see the same faces, so it's pretty cool that everybody showed out like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge.
100%.
Yeah, and then you probably get a lot of recurring business, seeing the familiar faces. Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of people that I've talked to in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
like
Like day one type stuff, right?
April,
yeah,
May, that
yeah,
like still come in weekly.
yeah, yeah.
Peyton,
Like me.
the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the man himself. Yeah.
I keep coming in because I keep getting free stuff. So I think I
Good.
got
We
like
got you hooked, bro.
4 different
That's
T-shirts. And it's all I wear now. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
the
matching
shirts
with
are
somebody
nice, dude. Yeah, yeah.
every other
When you
day.
get some larger XLs, then you let
Yeah,
me know.
bro, I
I'm gonna
got
come by and snag a couple. The shirts are nice. The shirts are nice. Not a lot of people make a good shirt anymore, dude. Like the fitting up top, and then stuff like that. Not a lot of people make a good. What brand of shirts you use then?
Next level.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're next level shirts, that's for sure.
They're my favorite shirts to wear.
I love
They're
them.
good silk and they don't shrink and stuff in the washer and dryer. They're good to go.
Drop coming soon.
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah.
How soon?
Do we know the date or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not yet?
okay,
Okay.
okay. That'll be a little teaser.
Are you aiming towards like the 1 year anniversary?
Oh no, this will be probably in the next 2 months.
Okay, sweet.
You want to take a little pause? Come back.
Yeah.
God, if this camera, we're throwing the camera out if this ain't recording, so we'll be right back. Yeah, we're just gonna.
Take 6.
Is it already takes? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6.
Yeah, we've done this 6 times, and usually it takes 4 times. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's our first time ever doing like a 2-hour long episode, and then it only being 40 minutes so far.
Yeah.
We can give people a 2.5 hour episode and a 1 hour video episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad we only post on YouTube.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Do you guys
For sure.
put or plan on putting your podcast anywhere else?
We put it right now. We put it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Called from the ground up, right?
Yeah. The ground up. Yeah.
Just making sure we get that in there because I
Um,
don't think that was. You said it earlier, but I don't think it was one of the ones that we actually recorded.
we
so.
can. I know we only got like 90 some subs or whatnot, but we can put that in our description too when we make this.
Yeah, we can link you on the bottom.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole podcast and stuff, dude.
It's tough.
I could imagine doing like a 3-hour episode with someone like not important, but like a famous person that's got to leave, and then be like, "Oh shit, bro, my bad."
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be friends no more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy.
least you're local.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a buddy, and like we're gonna see you again. So.
Yeah. That's
We can film a 5-hour podcast. I don't care.
and keep on fucking rolling. I want to go back and so after
Podcast idea.
after
5
the
hours
24-hour podcast.
ooh
and like live stream it. That'd be sick. We just have like multiple people come on over and over. Yeah,
Dude, that'd be
that'd
badass.
that would be pretty dope.
Like 24 people.
You know, we could set up a podcast and stack supplements and just like interview people as they come in. That'd be pretty crazy and just sit there. I could talk for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I know I could. Give me enough energy drinks and I'll sit there and talk to myself.
There's a fridge
won't
full.
stop.
Yeah, I'll be good, man. That's what I want to ask. Like, so you guys do like the free Friday energy drinks. Do you guys see a good return on that?
Yeah, that's a day just to like get people in the store. I mean,
Right.
It's also like community building, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like a customer morale.
Yeah. Because you do that every Friday, right?
No, we do it. We've done it a while there. We did it like every other Friday.
Yeah, because I'll get the text from that. Yeah.
But usually like every month. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
We just pick and choose whenever we want to
That's
do
cool.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not always energy drinks either. Whenever we moved to Bowling Green, we did a lot of energy drinks, but we've done T-shirts.
Mhm.
So like we did like a T-shirt day
Yep.
where we give out T-shirts. We've done shakers quite a few times.
Need that T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
T-shirts, shakers, energy drinks, bunch of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, I mean, it's marketing too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, and it's a little bit different than other places too. Like a lot of people do like 15% off, you know, and like I heard like with advertising, the best thing to do is like free. Like the best 2 words is new and free. Alex Ramonzi is the video that I'm talk about on that. He always said with advertising, the 2 words that attract the most people is new and free. So that's which makes sense. I mean, that's
You can't
what.
pass up free.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I always say I'm a whore for a good deal, and free's the best deal you can get. So,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, I'm always in on that free stuff. What about you? I know you like that free stuff.
Dude, I love free stuff. That's why I keep going to Stacked. I keep getting free stuff.
Good deals, man.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
it's
I
good
think
stuff.
Black Friday I spent like $400 or $500 there.
Yeah, you put it on that gift card or
Yeah,
something
I
like
put it on
that
the
to
gift
yourself,
card.
and then gave the gift card to yourself.
Yeah.
Which, that was smart.
Yeah, it's
The 20% off gift card.
Yeah.
So, essentially everything in the store is 20% off. And if you buy supplements often, like, why would you not?
Right,
I was telling him when he came in, I wasn't just trying to get him to buy a gift card.
Yeah.
But
right. But it turns out that's what he. Yeah.
we've had people at our other stores that they've been lifetime customers. So like
Yeah.
they shop all year round, so they know they're gonna be back. They buy like a $2,000, $3,000 gift card
Oh, really? Yeah.
for 20% off, and they just buy
Well,
the
that makes
supplements.
sense.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine losing your gift card.
Damn.
There's like $2K left on it.
It's
You're
got to
like,
be in the system.
It is in the system.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty shitty. Like,
Yo, bro.
Hey, I just found this gift card though, but it ain't yours, man.
No, they come in, you're like, I'm sorry, man. There's nothing I can do about
Yeah,
that.
you can buy another one though. We'll sell you another
That'd
one.
be awful.
Yeah.
This one's not 20% off. Though.
Yeah, this one's full price, man, for your own mistake. That's gotta be crazy. It's pretty crazy. You guys ever get angry customers? I know car sales we do, but that's kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah.
What
Not
would you-
usually.
I was about to say, what would you get mad at a supplement store? Like, this protein didn't make me jacked. Like, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking massive, bro. This shit sucks.
Dude, if somebody ever did that, that'd be the crazy.
I mean, I'm sure they've dealt with like angry customers in the past.
Right, but
I've never dealt with an angry customer.
I was about to say, I don't know what you get mad at a
It's
retail store,
yeah,
or
it's
especially a
also,
supplement store.
if they genuinely get mad, like you're doing something wrong anyway. Like
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
mean, if someone shows any form of like they're like uncomfortable or like they're like kind of getting irritated, like
Yeah.
it's easy to fix that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like Like if they don't like a product, we do returns, so you don't have to worry about it. You can get your money back, or you can get something new. We can just exchange it.
Yeah,
so like,
it's not that big a deal.
Like either way, like you're getting your money back,
right?
Like your actual cash,
yeah.
Or you're getting something new. Like you can't really get mad about any of that. Yeah, you're getting accommodated.
Yeah,
and
it's not the end of the world.
If someone came in and was just like pissed off, then like they're just an angry person,
right? And it's like, all right, bro, I'll sit down and talk to me, bro. We'll figure this out.
I'm just in here like
I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Like, this protein didn't make me jack. Dude,
I would.
That's a good skit.
So, yeah,
dude, y'all should make a skit about that. That would go viral.
This protein did not make me jack.
I would.
You just gotta go in on. You're just a pussy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sell the guy gear.
Yes.
All right, bro. I know that protein didn't work, but we got something in the back that will.
Just come to this back room. There's no lights back there, but don't worry, I'll take care of you. You just gotta come back twice a week and be here for like get a little prick in your side, and you'll be good to go.
And you can't pay with cash.
Yeah, that's there's a lot like steroids are like illegal, but nobody gets in trouble for it. Like obviously selling it, sure, but like obviously you can walk down the street and you see a 320-pound person that is shredded, and obviously they're not natural, and nobody gets in trouble for that stuff.
Oh.
So which is,
I mean, there's like you see cops that are.
Yeah, that's what I always wonder that too.
That's
like,
why.
yeah, people in the army.
I can't arrest them because fucking John.
Yeah.
My partner is.
Yeah.
Benching 580.
Well, military is like that too, and there's a lot of military people that are on stuff. I always wonder like that. Why wouldn't you just juice up, especially like your best people, just juice them up as much as you can? Like I don't know why I would do that.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of military people do it too, because it's like you can just buy that stuff overseas.
Right. Oh yeah. It's like a CVS. You walk in.
Yeah, they just have it.
Yeah. Take some HGH or something like that, or test.
It's allowed in sports.
And it's probably cleaner over there. Like I'm sure there's some off the wall shit that's not good for you, but I'm sure like most of it's probably cleaner. I know here in America we put a lot of extra shit and stuff that's not supposed to be in there. And everything, food, drinks, everything like that.
Because it's supposed to be illegal. Like you might not find the
purest
stuff. Depends who you're getting it from. Plus, if the person that's selling it tries to like concentrate it at all, like so that they don't have to like sell like as much essentially.
Yeah.
Or
they can make more money off of it.
Yeah. They could dilute it so that they could sell more quantity for less of the real stuff. Yeah.
Which is crazy, but so yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy steroids, but
yeah, I don't know.
I saw somebody on Instagram talking, or maybe it was a podcast. They're talking about like how they want to start like a sport league where everybody does steroids.
It's called the Enhanced Games.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. So like the Olympics, obviously you get sponsorships and stuff, but just like simple baseline, if you win the gold medal Olympics, you don't get but like $50K. What the Enhanced Games is doing is taking Olympic style athletes, juicing them to the tits with anything they want, and then putting them through the game, and the winner wins $1 million.
So this is real.
No, this is legit. So this guy come on Joe Rogan's episode with a duffel bag of $1 million and dumped it on Joe Rogan's table, and they did a whole episode with $1 million cash sitting on the table.
That's dope.
Yeah, so like it's called the Enhanced Games.
That's cool. Is this already a thing?
If they already haven't had one, I think they're going to in the next year or so. It's a legit thing. It's called the Enhanced Games, and
I need to see this.
I'm behind this, like.
Yeah.
Because there's already so many people getting popped for it, so like.
It makes sense.
Why not? Like,
it's like juice out of your mind and just see these freak athletes.
Yeah. Like the best of the best, and who's the best?
I think they should legalize them too.
But then, I mean, the people that like cheat and like the regular stuff, like everyone's doing it, so it's an even playing field.
Exactly.
Yep. And there's always like even in the Olympics, there's always gonna be cheaters and stuff like that too. But now this is just who is the legit best with everything,
Yeah.
So.
Plus, there's like different forms of steroids too.
Everybody's body's different. Yeah.
Are for like stamina, endurance, and then other ones are just recovery. and then other ones make you look like Ronnie Coleman. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, you know. Some of them you can't get caught by like certain peptides.
What I've never understood is like MMA fighters, why they don't let them take recovery steroids like BPC 157,
TV 500.
Yeah, like why wouldn't they? Like, there's no like strength benefit to my understanding. There's no strength benefit to it. It's just recovery, like a faster recovery.
I think it still helps with like muscle building.
Does it?
Because
Okay.
essentially, like
Yeah.
if you're speeding up recovery, then you're
Muscles repair and grow faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even that, like, it's in a sport where all you do is, you know, really risk your life. Where you know, why wouldn't you allow a speedier, healthier process of recovery? But yeah,
It's almost like I feel like at that point it almost just gets scary though. Like if you had an MMA fighter that like was using performance enhancing drugs.
well, they used to.
Hit 2 times harder.
That's what I'm saying. Like like you kill somebody.
So they used to. So back when the UFC, like UFC 1 to 100, there wasn't any ban on that kind of stuff. So here's where the more people die in boxing than they do in the UFC, and the reason why, when you get hit in the UFC once, good, you get knocked out.
Yeah.
And then you're done. So boxing, you have 12 rounds of heavier gloves, so you take more hits to the head. So when you're
Makes sense.
round 10, 11, I've been getting hit in the head for the past, 40 minutes, or old boxing and UFC fights would go until someone loses. That's when the over and over concussions that build up, and then you
That
get
makes
the
sense.
one good hit to the head, then you die. So UFC, there's not as many deaths really ever, especially you hear about in the actual UFC, not just MMA.
Because you take one good hit and
You're knocked out.
Yeah.
Granted,
And you get finished.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's not just like you get like in boxing, you get hit really good and you get knocked down and they're like start counting down. You got 10 seconds to recover. In the UFC, they take advantage of it and you're done.
Yeah, and like with your brain too, there's like a mesh outline, and then you got your skull. So when you get concussed, your brain obviously hits your skull, and then what it does is breaks down that like mesh line between your skull and your brain, and that doesn't really heal. So that's why like a lot of people, when they get knocked out real bad, they may have had an iron chin before, and then that turns into a glass chin. Like they're never the same again because their brain can't handle getting hit like that. But then like you take it to boxing where it's just little bits over time, then you got the straw that breaks the camel's back, and that's when you get a lot of people that die that way.
That's scary.
Yeah. And then you have like a Muhammad Ali that at 50 years old or whatever he was before he died, he can't talk anymore.
Didn't they compare like boxing and like taking a hit to like getting in a car wreck?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, there's UFC fighters that like, if you were taking like a 6 or 8 pound sledgehammer from above your head and slamming it, that's how hard it feels like to get hit. Like, there's like Francis Ngannou was one of the hardest hitting, and he's a natural like 6'5", 6'6", whatever he is, 265 pounds natural. And you take a punch from him, that's why he has. When they say one punch knockout power, that's that's a natural 265 hitting you. That is like getting hit by a train, and you have like 6-ounce gloves or whatever the UFC runs. I mean, that's not much.
So then it'd probably be different getting hit or like one of those dudes hitting like a normal person rather than like a dude that's like already in the UFC. Or no?
I don't think so, because I think in the UFC you learn how to brush punches. Like you're one in the UFC, you're fighting, and I'm sure you get like mentally you understand what's happening and your adrenaline's flowing where you can take more punches, but I don't think it's that much of a difference. Like if you just took a UFC fighter, sat him down, and had Francis Ngannou punch him right there in the temple, it's gonna be lights out. Whether you took the average Joe and did the same thing. But like everything is like your adrenaline and your reaction time, everything's enhanced while you're in the ring. Because like a UFC fighter, if someone clocked them, in the back of the head and they didn't know it's coming, they can still get knocked out that way. But
Facts.
yeah, I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't never fought or anything like that, but Yeah, I don't know if you
Have
can.
y'all ever been in a fight?
Nothing serious that I. No.
Me neither.
Yeah, yeah.
Me neither.
No, I like watching it though. The UFC is interesting. It's like two gladiators putting them in a ring and watching them go at it.
I mean, me and my friends have put on the gloves and like boxed.
Yeah, I did wrestling growing up. That's what I enjoy doing is wrestling. I recommend putting your kids in something like that when they're young.
100%, dude. Yeah, especially football too.
Yeah,
Like
some
if you're playing
physical.
football, like playing or doing wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in football, I think that's huge.
Like learning how to use someone else's body weight against them or for your own advantage is huge. You know,
Dude,
it's crazy.
yeah.
I knew wrestlers in like my high school that like would fuck up anybody.
Yeah, so then especially mixed martial arts, MMA, the best foundation to have is wrestling. Everything else is a lot easier to be more teachable than wrestling. Wrestling's the hardest background or the most important foundation to have.
I wish I wrestled.
Yeah, Bo Nickel. Do you know who Bo Nickel is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he was, I think he wrestled for Penn State, which Penn State's one of the top wrestling teams in the country. And he went into the UFC and only practiced sparring for like 2 years and then got his UFC contract. So it's a very short time. Granted, he was a good athlete going into it, but versus if you were sparring your whole life and then tried picking up wrestling in a matter of 2 years, it'd be a complete different ballgame. But yeah, I recommend getting into it. I didn't really care for it growing up, but I'm glad that I did it growing up. Dad kind of put me in it.
I can tell you did, because like we'd be messing around like in the snow or something. He just throws us around like ragdoll.
It's fun. Yeah,
You
it's
get like strong in like weird ways.
yeah, it's and obviously like being strong in a fight helps, but it's not everything. You know, it's not everything at all. But
I've always said like I would hate to get in a fight like not knowing that I'm like fighting like a wrestler or like someone that knows like jujitsu or
yeah,
like Muay Thai. Like
yeah, and you can't tell by looking at a person.
No.
Like usually the dudes that look like they could just kill somebody usually are the biggest pussies, or when they get hit once they're dropped. You know, it's like people like Sean O'Malley that look like a skinny pothead that can just
that you get just
is the best fighter in the world, right?
wrecked by.
Yeah. So, and most people
Just look at their ears.
Yeah.
if you see cauliflower ears, you say, "Hey, man, you good?"
All right, bro, my bad.
Yeah. But no, it's a.
Let me buy you a beer.
I was just kidding with you, bro. Don't worry about it, man. But, let's wrap this up real quick. Be right back.
Bang.
Bang. Is it recording? You hit record?
Yeah, I hit record.
100%?
100.
You scared me with that response.
Hundo. Yeah. It's been a lot of mixed emotions. A lot of first.
I think we're like 2 hours and 40 minutes with this one.
Yeah. No. We've done 7 segments. We're on our 7th. We did 4. Yeah, we're on our 7th segment here.
Yeah, something like that.
No, this is our 4th. We're doing good. We're doing good.
We've done a lot more than we've recorded, but
And it's also almost 10 o'clock.
yeah.
Hey, just think about this. If you ever like are too busy on a Sunday or like you guys can't get the podcast for the week,
Yep.
you have a few segments that you could like post just audio.
Yep, that's right. And next time you come back, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
Hopefully. No promises. What were we talking about? Fighting, UFC, wrestling, that type of stuff? Yeah, I recommend it. This issue with like fighting, like God forbid, like don't ever get in a street fight. Like if you do any like training, do it recreationally. Like if you ever get like there's an occasion where there's a street fight or anything like that happen, just walk away, run away. Don't.
Yeah.
Because the amount of like, and I'm sure it was like around back then, but the internet makes it a lot more known. Like the amount of guns that people carry or just will shoot just because it's absurd. Like it's pretty dangerous.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Yeah, it's
Especially
best
nowadays.
Yeah, it's best just to walk away. And a lot of people are just having bad days. You don't know what's going on in their own life. So, but
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good point to hit off of.
yeah. What else we want to talk about? Have you ever thought about starting your own energy drink company? I've thought about it, but I think it's just a lot of steps. I don't know what it would take to do it.
I think you could do it if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't think it makes sense for me just because I feel like it's already a big game.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't start my own supplement company at this point. I feel like everyone
has one. Everyone and their brother.
Yeah.
It's like a landscaping company. Everybody's got a truck and trailer.
Like people got ahead of that game a long time ago. First Form started in 2008.
In the 90s. Oh yeah,
He started his supplement retail location in
the
the 90s. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Started that in 2008, but didn't really blow up. Probably, I think like 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just
2020, about when it hit. Yeah.
That's probably when I first known about it.
Yeah.
Was the late teens, early 20s.
like blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, like big time.
Yeah. But I mean, that's with anything though. Like I feel like if you stick with it long enough, like it's gonna work out.
Yep.
Especially if you go through trial and error and like you figure it out.
I feel like
That's with anything.
Yeah, I feel like that's how podcasting is too. There's so many people that you hear that are like, I've been doing this for like 5 or 6 years, and then now people just finally started learning about it.
And it could happen in 1 year. It could happen in 2 years. It could happen in 10 years.
Yep.
You just got to be willing to like stick with it. And write it out.
Like when people see like an overnight success, it just means that no one else seen the previous 10 years that was put into it, or X amount of time that was put into the overnight success, you know?
Or if you get like you blow up off like one video on TikTok, like
you don't
see those people like continuing to like maintain
grow,
that level of like fame.
Yeah, like that's really when you gotta lock in is
like
when yeah.
I mean, like it just puts like it's the same thing with business too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because if you were to blow up off something like that, like you can't really bounce off of that and like continue. It's the same thing with business. Like
Right.
the whole point of like I almost say I'd rather it take more time. So like I learn more in the process.
And you gradually get better.
Yeah, because once you hit that point of success, like
if you're not ready,
yeah, you've been through all of the shit that like you can keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like if I moved to Bowling Green and it just hit immediately, and like I was a $100,000 store, like every single month, like I don't really know, like
I don't think you'd be able to handle it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
like
haven't built that foundation of like having people there to help you like you do now.
Yeah, I don't know if it feels good either.
Yeah, like if you're not ready to carry that momentum, it's hard to keep it going, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that.
You haven't went through trial and error. So like if you blew up off like one video on TikTok, like how do you keep it going?
Yeah, and you feel like if it does take time and you end up accomplishing it, you feel like you did it, like you put in the time, you earned it, and you can see like the data of the past X amount of months, years, whatever it is, of saying, here's what I went through, here's what worked, here's what didn't, and this is the product that I've.
Exactly.
This is the evidence, this is the product that I have.
You know what works and you know it doesn't work.
Yep, and you know you put in your max effort or effort at least to go forward with whatever this is.
You know, they say the bigger you are, the harder you fall. So like if you get that big and you mess up on something really small, like it hits way harder when you're that big.
Yeah. I think that makes. I think a lot of companies like that there's a lot of people in it, like the supplement and stuff like that. But on the internet side of stuff, there's no better time, or I don't know if it's easier, but no better time to get your word out there to more people, I guess. You know, with how fast stuff travels throughout the internet.
Oh yeah.
And
I think business back in the day was definitely a lot harder. Like, you had to go out and get every single person that.
Right. Yeah, but I also think like that old style of getting business is still what works today. Yeah. You know, like what your guys' motive is like going out, foot on the ground, and finding good customers that will keep coming back, and then word of mouth. Versus just blowing everything on the internet over and over and over. But you also get depends on what kind of clientele. Like, do you want a clientele you actually have a relationship with like most of them, or do you want a clientele where 10% of the clientele is relationship based and the rest is just a number to get in the door, get out the door, you know?
It kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of things. Like when you really think about it, like dieting, like people that do a keto diet, like how they run the keto diet for whatever, they lose the weight, they reintroduce carbs and then they put it right back on. Rather than just being in a calorie deficit, still getting carbs, fats, high protein, and like gradually coming down and like maintaining that progress.
Yeah, I think a lot of people overcomplicate losing weight. Especially like a lot of people that have just like a absolute shit diet, not working out, no nothing, how easy it is just to make little changes, then keep building on that. Like a lot of people think like to get in shape, you gotta, cold turkey everything, go to the gym, eat healthy. No, I mean, just like start sleeping better, start kicking out the cokes, and just little wins is what continues stuff forward.
Oh yeah, on that too. Like whenever we take customers, we're big on that. Like we're big on taking like small steps. So if someone were to come in, like the first thing we ask them obviously is like how their diet is. We'll get them on the InBody, and if we're setting up their macros, what we could do is we could set up their macros and be like, all right, eat 4 meals a day, eat this with each meal, get in this much protein. But it's not like that. It's like, well, how many meals a day are you eating right now?
Right.
They're like, I'm eating 1. All right. Well, it doesn't make sense for you to go straight to 4. Like,
Correct.
You're not gonna stomach 4 meals.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start
and you're not gonna enjoy it either.
No.
Like it's not gonna be fun.
So we'll start you out with 2 meals and a snack, and then whenever you get used to that, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it may be, we'll introduce a little bit more, and then we'll get you to where you need to be.
It's gradual increases. Like when I was like prepping for a show, there was a lot of people that like, oh, I couldn't do what you're doing. Like, well, don't look at me, look at yourself. Like you what I'm doing's stupid. Like it's not fun necessarily. It's not. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's just something I wanted to do. That's why I'm doing it. Like you don't look at what I'm doing and think this is what it takes to become in shape.
Agreed. Same shit with my shit.
Right. Like running isn't running 100 miles. Running could be just running a quarter mile because you can't run a quarter mile. Like David Goggins, when he started out, he couldn't run a full mile, and yet then he became running 100 miles for weeks straight. It's just little steps too, and the momentum's huge. I think that goes with making money, making progress. Health wise, whatever it is. Just probably like running too, when you catch that good pace, you kind of stop thinking about what you're doing. You just mind goes somewhere else.
Just rolling.
Yeah, you go to like a happy place when you're running, or you just shut it all off and listen to your earbuds and.
I kind of just zone out.
Yeah, I think that's probably what you have to do.
Kind of lose touch with reality.
Yeah, and there's probably not many tricks you can do to last 36 hours, 34 hours, whatever it is, 24 hours. Because, you may, try to trick yourself and think about this, but that ain't going to last 24 hours.
That's the coolest part about 100-mile races is, how many, highs and lows you go through and, what you think about in stages. Yeah. You can literally go from, mile, it doesn't matter what mile it is. You can go from, feeling amazing, you're looking around, dude, look at all, these,
this is sweet.
These views, I'm just out here in the woods, just running, listening to music,
this is legit.
This is awesome, And then literally the next mile, 9 minutes later, you're holy crap, dude!
What am I doing?
I got 70 miles left. My legs hurt so bad. I feel like I'm about to throw up. I feel like crap.
What am I doing? Yeah.
And I think also too why I like 100-mile races so much, which I've said this many times, I don't enjoy running.
Right.
I do enjoy parts of running, the physical part of it, and it comes in waves. But I don't enjoy running itself. I enjoy the mental benefits I get from running. I enjoy the fact that 100-mile races are very similar to life and they're very similar to business.
The up and down,
you have one moment where you feel amazing. The next moment you're at the lowest of lows. And you have to dig yourself out of that. And so many little things happen too in 100 miles. Like a lot of stuff can happen in 32 hours. Whether you trip and fall, you
roll your ankle.
Yeah, roll an ankle. You run into like the wildlife, like you get bit by a snake or something, like
Shit
something
yourself.
crazy. Yeah, you shit yourself. Like
That'd be my
like-
worst fear, dude.
there's so much little stuff that happens like in 100 miles that just like relates with business, and that's why I think it's so cool.
It's the roller coaster of life.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, and the after effect, which we've already talked about, but obviously didn't record. But yeah, when going home, you said it took like 2 weeks to recover.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
an infected foot.
Yeah, how did what would you say you got with the infection?
Staph.
Yeah, how was getting rid of that? Because that can be fatal.
Deadly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's deadly. If not, obviously you caught it right away, but if it
Immediately.
untreated.
Yeah, the day after, my mom wanted to take me to the doctor because, well, actually, how we knew, because it was filled with pus and it just looked nasty.
Yeah.
And you know how moms are. Like,
Right, yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
dude, if I went and did this race by myself
You wouldn't have.
and I went home, like,
Oh, I gotta
I'd-
tough it out,
I'd
man.
have been
I'm just
cooked.
gonna. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Bro,
His foot probably wouldn't be there.
I'd
Yeah,
have probably
yeah.
been dead.
Yeah.
But you know how moms are. That she was like, that looks like disgusting, and then like she took a picture of it and sent it to like one of her friends as a nurse,
Yeah, right.
and they were like, that looks like staph. Like you need to take him to the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
doctor.
Sure enough.
And
Sure enough.
sure enough, it was staph. But staph actually, like, it was like a white line, like in the blister, and then it like went into like red lines, like on, like in between my toe, and then I thought I had poison ivy because I had red dots going up my leg,
Yeah.
but it didn't itch, so I was like kind of confused,
Right. Right.
and that's what they asked her. They're like, does he have like red dots going up his leg? And like
Yes.
she looked at it, she's like, yeah. And then like she sent a picture, and they're like, that's staph. And then
Which that's contagious, right? Like.
yes,
Yeah.
very.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
But yeah, because what staph does, which also another thing too, like being in the foot is also a lot better. Like I had a lot more time
Correct. From your main arteries and stuff.
because it travels to your heart.
Gotcha.
So like you can notice, I know someone talked about they had staph and it was in their foot and it traveled up and like the red dots went, it just travels up your leg. So like you'll
Right.
get red dots and it'll keep traveling up. It'll go up your leg and then it'll go up your chest
That's crazy.
and then it'll get it like to your heart and kill you.
Wow. Wow.
But I took antibiotics and it took
Got
care
rid
of
of
it pretty quick.
Yeah, because you can like, it makes it like painful too, like where you're limping, like elongated staph infection with on being not treated. It's
It's hard to step on. It's just like uncomfortable.
yeah,
But
yeah. It's
yeah, very, very contagious, and my brother hated that because he worked the Bowling Green store while I was still recovering. I don't know if you went in the store or you went in the store whenever I was gone,
no.
but I came back and he was still staying at my apartment because I was still kind of messed up. But he was scared to like. When he came
Touch
back
anything.
like 2 weeks later to like share like anything, like
Yeah.
I'd get in the shower and he's like, "Bro, I can't shower here." Like,
I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Going to the gym.
yeah, and then like he came back like 2 weeks later, and like I had slept on like the air mattress because
Yeah.
like he was sleeping in my room. He
Yeah.
also had poison ivy, and I didn't want to get poison ivy, so like he was.
Oh, so he actually had poison ivy.
yeah, he was sleeping in my bed, so I didn't want to get poison ivy, and he didn't want to get staph.
Yeah.
But he came back 2 weeks later, and I'd like washed the sheets, and I was sleeping in my bed then, and he's
Yep.
like, "Dude, I'm not sleeping on the air mattress now. You had staph."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bro, I don't know.
That's crazy. Imagine having poison ivy and staph infection.
That'd be terrible, bro.
That'd be the double negative, dude. Balls itching and you're almost dying. That's crazy. I get poison ivy like every year. That shit sucks. That shit ain't no good. Yeah, that's so staph infection. That's just caused by like bad bacteria getting in your bloodstream or something. Is that?
Yeah. So you can, for what I know, you can carry staph like on you for a very long time. I think. And then if say you get like a cut or like something opens up, like it can just get in it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm guessing it was from like being out like in the woods with all like sweat buildup, like in
just bacteria and
just freaking baking on the bottom of my foot. And I had that blister, and I know it popped and like reopened and popped. And
was that painful to run on?
very,
Yeah.
I feel like somebody was stabbing my foot the whole time.
Wow.
And that started at mile 60, and then I had 40 miles left.
Damn.
Like I said, like I didn't know it was a blister at that point. Honestly, if I like would have known it was a blister, it might have been a lot worse.
Yeah, because you're mentally yeah.
I thought I lost my big toenail because I felt like my big toenail fell off.
Yeah.
And I felt like my toenail was just in my sock, and that's what I was stepping on. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to deal with it because I didn't want to stop. Also on that, too, I've lost 4 toenails since then. So I don't have...
That's crazy.
I don't have both my big toenails, and I don't have both my pinky toenails.
So that's a common thing, then?
Kind of.
For...
losing toenails?
Running out of your toenails.
Oh my God.
That's how you know you're doing something the body wasn't made to do.
Yeah.
like you're running out of your toenails. Is that just because like the continuous of your big toe?
I think it's a combination of your feet are swollen.
All the blood, yeah.
So your feet are swollen. They're wet because you're sweating. Whatever, like you're walking through, you're running through water. Also, like kicking, like the course was filled with like humongous rocks at parts,
roots and stumps
roots
and
and
shit,
like sticks. Like I kicked so many rocks and sticks, especially at nighttime. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
like hardly. I kicked a bunch of rocks in that shit.
I'd be getting pissed off kicking stuff.
Yeah, I kicked one rock and I was like, "Yep, there goes my toenail." And like I could just feel it. I could just feel it.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But
Did you lose one or no?
So what?
Did you lose a toenail or no?
Not during. They all fell off afterwards.
That's crazy.
So actually, dude, I just lost one. It's been like 3 or 4 months. I just lost my right big toenail, like last week or the week before. But
that's wild.
I lost the other 3 like a month afterwards.
That's crazy. We'll pause on the toenail. Yeah. We'll pause on that. We back.
I can't wait to edit this.
Can't wait. Fun one.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never filmed on a Saturday before. This is the first time. Yeah. Are you guys doing yours tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Which that's gonna be episode 2.
Yeah, 2. Mm-hmm.
You going to Illinois?
Yeah. Yeah, we film at his apartment in Marion.
How far is that drive?
3.5.
So you go every week just to film that?
Sunday, yep.
Damn. So Peyton and I wake up and walk 20 feet to do ours, and you drive
3.5 hours.
One way.
Yeah, 7 hours total, like there and back.
Good for you. Good for you.
At least you're not doing all the editing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to do the driving. You're badass.
We're both committed.
Yeah, that's good though. That's good.
What, like, I felt bad. I would have done your podcast on Sunday.
Well, no. By all means. By all means, the 20-foot step here to get here is a lot easier. So we don't mind accommodating. That's all part of it.
Yeah,
because
if
we were doing it in Bowling Green, I would have just done both on.
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely more. Yeah, I totally understand that. That's good for you guys. That's sweet. That's sweet.
Ooh, also, I don't know if I can mention, like, the content.
100%. 100%. By all means.
We're doing content based off, like, endurance training and, like, entrepreneurship. But we're going to have some cool stuff coming. Like, we're going to film my 100-mile race. So we're going to post.
Badass.
We're going to post my 100-mile race.
That's sweet.
On the page.
That'd be very good.
People can, like, actually, like, see, like, what it looks like to, like, run a 100-mile race. I watch them all the time. Like,
I think it's probably gonna help you running too, like feeling like you have somebody to talk to, or like
right, like talking to the camera and stuff like that. Which I didn't do I did some, like my brother did all the videoing for my first one, but I was so like locked into like the moment and like trying to like get by that I took 0 videos on my phone while I was out on the trail, which I regret.
Yeah, and you want to experience it for yourself too. Like that's a.
But I'm out there for so long. Like I should have taken my phone out and like videoed myself.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. For some reason,
Fucking selfish, dude. Not getting videos,
dude. For some reason, in the whole 32 hours, I didn't think to pull up my phone and video. But
I wouldn't have either. I'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Every step.
Yeah, but yeah, this next time I'm videoing like
That's
on
sweet.
the trail. He's gonna
Sweet.
video at aid stations, and I'm gonna edit a full video so people can see like what it looks like to run 100 miles, which is gonna be dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said. I
That's
watch them
gonna
all
be
the time. If anyone watching or like you guys want to see like a good one like to watch, because obviously mine's not gonna be edited very well. I'm new to
That's
this.
okay.
Nick Bear,
Like better.
his Leadville 100 video, it's like a movie. Like his like editing team made it like a movie, and it is absolutely sick.
That's sweet.
Like if you want to watch like something like inspiring and like
Yeah.
dope, yeah.
That's
you-
like a hybrid athlete, right?
Yeah, he runs, lifts. He does the high rock stuff too. But Nick Bear's done Ironmans. He's done 100-mile races.
Now, does someone like him use enhancements or no?
He says no.
Yeah. Those hybrid athletes, I always question them.
I could believe it since he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for years, dude.
Yeah.
Like years on years of like
Yeah.
lifting and running. Like he does look insane. Like he looks insane.
Yeah,
but like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he is like so dialed that like
That's his life.
it just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's his life.
He's eaten the same way like for that long. Like he's trained like super intense for that long. Like I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, well, if someone, I don't know nothing about him, but like if someone, you're saying if someone were to be natural and accomplish this kind of stuff, he would be the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Well, then that makes sense. I mean, and there are some freak genetic people out there that luckily find their potential in what they're doing. Yeah, that's sweet.
Which another funny thing too is Nick Bear like started the hybrid athlete.
Yeah.
He has been doing this for like 10
Before it was
10
cool.
plus
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
He was doing
Sweet.
it whenever like, which props to him, bro. Like he got made fun of for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Because like people were like you can't run and lift. Like it's impossible.
Right. It's one or the other.
Yeah, you can't put on muscle and run.
Mm-hmm.
And like people would like bring up like studies and like all this other stuff and like try to like prove them wrong
Yep.
and like stuff like that. And now everyone wants
No.
to be a hybrid
Yeah,
athlete.
yeah. And he's like, hold my beer. I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Everyone
Watch
wants
this.
to be a hybrid athlete, and
That's
that's
sweet.
kind of why his company blew up too.
Yeah.
Like the personal brand, back to
Mm-hmm.
like what we were talking about. He's created like really, really good personal brand.
Yeah. Well, it's real too. A lot of people like, especially nowadays with all the fake stuff on the internet, a lot of people like seeing real stuff.
Yeah,
Like real people having real conversations. I think that's why podcasting has gotten so big as it has, you know, and it brings a lot of people together too, and people get to learn about other people. It's cool.
super fun.
Yeah, yeah, and like what we talked about, the funnest thing is having people on that you don't know much about. Like Peyton and I don't run at all. We go to the gym every day, but we don't run, so it's fun to learn about what that kind of lifestyle looks like. So yeah, it's enjoyable and cool.
I encourage y'all to check out some Nick Bear.
Yeah,
Nick
I've
Bear.
seen some of his
If
stuff.
you
Have
if you're
you
gonna
seen
watch
it?
anything, watch Leadville 100.
Okay.
I'll definitely
Nick Bear,
check that out, yeah.
Leadville.
It's like it's a dead ass movie.
Yeah.
Like it's super interesting.
So I
and
was
fun
about to
to
say,
watch.
yeah, if you have a solid editing team or
Yeah.
film team behind you, you can make some cool shit.
Super.
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I think AI is going to change a lot of that too. The whole editing and movie, the whole film industry is fucked. I mean, like,
Be turned
it-
upside down.
dude.
yeah,
I like, honestly, nowadays, man. Like I for our podcast, like I was trying to
Yeah.
get a design created, like a
logo.
logo created,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for our page.
Yep.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I get on like Fiverr to like, I'm paying someone to like create me a design.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, like, I bet some of these people just use AI.
That's what
That's
we
what we
did.
did.
Yeah, AI
Really?
did ours. Yeah, yeah,
Dude, I should have just done that.
yeah. It was free too.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what am I
Dude,
doing?
I
Yeah.
made like 80 different logos in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, this DP show right here, that's all AI, and you just type in a prompt and they do it up. You know.
Yeah.
But think about all these like marketing
Oh, they're screwed.
people
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
are getting paid
Yep.
to like create stuff.
Well, they won't be getting paid very much longer. That's the
That's
thing.
what I was telling Dell. I was like, dude, this AI stuff just killed Fiverr. That whole website is pretty much pointless.
I mean, that's what they're probably using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cause like no shade to this guy, but like he sent me some stuff and like it didn't look good at all. But
Right.
we're in like revision right now and like we're fixing it. But like he probably just went to AI and like generated it. That's what I should have done. Like, what am I
Try
doing?
it and see what you can.
What
make.
do you do it on?
Oh, I forgot. I literally looked it up on YouTube, like how to make a logo.
Yeah.
And it took me to some site. I could probably find it after this. It'd take me like a minute or two.
Yeah,
Send
it's
it to me.
yeah, it's
No, I'll send it to you. Yeah, did it. I literally said, make me a logo for a podcast with the letters D and P in it.
That's dope.
yeah,
And then
and
after
use these
that-
colors.
Yeah, and after that, I was like, add some green.
Add
some
headphones.
neon, add headphones.
Yeah, yeah, and it's super specific
Yeah,
too.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You just keep saying what you want to change about it, and it does
Yeah,
it.
and there's more options. Like the hardest part is having 100 options and picking out the one you want.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest part. It's not even like getting something you like. It's the, like, finding it. But, I was gonna go back on this. A lot of people like asked us like, what do we talk about in our podcast? We're like, oh, like everything. But like with you guys, it's kind of cool to have like something that you guys are hyper focused on, like business side of things and.
endurance training.
Right, yeah, like training and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to have that people can go to you guys specifically for this type of information. I'm sure you guys talk about other stuff, but for like the main objective to be that, it's pretty sweet.
That was our goal with starting it because kind of like our thing was whenever we like I guess you could still consider us first starting in it, but like
yeah. Well, all of us here for sure.
Like us, like we don't have anyone really to go to and
Right.
watch,
Right.
like that is doing it
Yeah.
real time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That like has just started and like you can see like their whole process
Mhm.
like through everything.
One sec here. Is Pete, your mic still working?
Yeah, mine's.
That's what I feel like mine was.
I think his isn't. Make sure it's plugged in good. There we go.
Well,
Oh, I tweaked.
No,
There
no,
we
you
go.
good, you
Very
good. Yeah. No, what were you saying?
Yeah, let me restart.
About
there. Like
first time podcasters,
Yeah,
just like all
like-
of us here.
you don't really like me and my brother didn't have anyone to go to
Mhm.
that like was like just starting out and like is
Right.
going through that
Right.
process
Yep.
that like
Yep.
you can like feel it with them and like
Right.
you can understand
Grow
like,
with them.
relate with
Yep.
somebody.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
you can go to Andy Frisilla and you can go to Alex Hermosi and like they talk about their experiences, but
it's-
that was like 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
You don't have
right.
anyone that you can go
It's a
to
different
that's done
level.
it like,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
going through it and like you can just relate with, because that's what we preface with was like we're not doing this to like teach you anything or give
Yep.
advice.
Yep.
We're just doing this so you can relate with somebody.
Our experience. Yeah.
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 And it's fun in that way. I don't feel like there's really anyone else that does that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is good. I just enjoy the talking aspect of it and learning new stuff from new people.
Yeah.
I
And
think
we
that's
just,
what's cool about podcasts. You can do
Yeah.
anything you want.
Yeah, and you can post like a couple of shorts we posted. I obviously work at a dealership, and there's a couple of cool cars that come in, and you get to post them on there. Like there's no like one like you don't have to please anybody. You can just do what you want, and if people like it, they like it. If not, it's not a big deal. You just keep rolling on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll turn into something eventually, but anything else you guys want to touch on? If not, we've done probably 3 hours of content here.
Yeah, my brain's kind of fried.
Boys, I've had fun.
It's been
Yeah.
real. So Stack Supplements, do you have like a webpage or anything you guys go to, or locations and stuff, or your podcast where people can find you, stuff like that?
Yeah, you can look up stacksupplements.com to like see any of our product. You can look up Stacked Bowling Green or Stack Supplements Bowling Green if you want to see like our store hours or
And what's the Instagram for? Is it
Stack Supplements.
for on Instagram?
Yeah,
Okay.
on Instagram, Facebook. And then our podcast is From the Ground Up with the Caldwell Brothers. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You can check us out on any of those or follow us on Instagram.
Hell yeah! You listen back the episodes you guys put out Like, do you, like, after you publish an episode, do you listen to it again?
No.
Oh, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's fun. I like listening to it and just critique it a little bit. It's good, like, to take it in as like a consumer versus making it and posting. I'd recommend doing that.
Good advice. I
Yeah,
like
that's how we figured out like our audio is messed up or pausing too long or just not flowing. How to break up the video and stuff like that. I'd recommend consuming it as if you're putting it out. But
I did that in parts.
yeah,
Like whenever I was like editing, because I do our YouTube shorts and our TikToks.
Yep.
I did it in parts where
Yep.
I kind of like listened to like different parts to extract some
kind
stuff.
of like what I do.
Yeah,
I don't listen to the whole thing.
I do the whole thing. I take in probably 15 hours of podcast a week. So what's another hour and a half for me to take in, especially if it's our own. So
100%.
But anything else you want to touch on?
No, I'm good.
Okay, rock on. Well, everybody, please thank you for listening, coming out, and have blessed the rest of your day.
Yep. Thank you.
Peace.